Morning, everyone. Lovely to welcome you online. My name is Jodie Nunn. I'm the CEO at Reconciliation WA, and along with my team, we are really delighted to have you here today. There's going to be a number of us presenting to you over the morning. My colleague Emily Coates, who is our Marketing and Communications Manager, and also Vanessa Stassu, our Reconciliation Programs Manager, and also Steve Martin, who's going to join us to talk about volunteers towards the end. But delightful to have you here. And of course, it's hard to believe that National Reconciliation Week 2023 is almost upon us again, and Reconciliation WA is very proud to host activities right across the state that you and your organisation can get involved in. We like to open up these spaces by acknowledging country, and I'd like to acknowledge that, of course, we're dialing in today from the Whadjuk lands of the Noongar Nation and pay our deep respects to the elders past, present, and those who we will have the pleasure to walk with in the future. I also acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people on the call today, and it's wonderful to welcome you, and it's also wonderful to walk with you on this journey of reconciliation. And most importantly, we talk about reconciliation from a place of hope and opportunity, and that's what National Reconciliation Week is all about, to align our journeys and get the unfinished business done that we need to for our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people across the country. I know we have people from right across the state joining us today from all corners of the state, and I believe we also have some people from interstate. So the message is going far and wide, and we're really delighted to welcome you all here today. I'll just join the next slide, please, Vanessa. Thank you. First of all, we like to acknowledge that, of course, these things aren't possible without really important partnerships. And for us, we want to acknowledge our ongoing partnership with the Department of Premier and Cabinet, and our National Reconciliation Week partnerships with BHP, Woodside Energy, Reconciliation Australia and Wesfarmers. We do have another new partner joining us, but we're just signing final agreements, and we'll be pleased to announce them very, very soon. But we're really delighted and appreciative of the support we get from our partners. So a great call out to them. So where's WA up to? Just before we get talking about the National Reconciliation Week program, it was really important to share with you where we're up to as an organisation, but most importantly as the peak body for the movement of reconciliation here in WA. And it would be right to say that our membership growth has been significant. You can see there we've doubled our membership in 18 months, and we're heading towards tripling our membership in the not too distant future. So what does that mean? That means for National Reconciliation Week, we really need to make sure we can scale our programs to welcome you and to give you fantastic resources to do the week well. And we're really excited to share with you today a range of offerings we have for you as members. And also, it's okay if you're not a member yet, because there's still time to get involved. Last year, we had to do a pretty significant shift. We all know that as we went to Christmas 2021, we were hearing the news that we would be opening our state borders in around the March. And lo and behold, when we did our maths, we realised that the peak of the pandemic would hit on National Reconciliation Week. So we had to do a big COVID-safe shift last year, but our board really challenged us to think differently and said to us, rather than just do this for COVID, why don't we use this as a real strategic opportunity to do what we've wanted to do for a while, and that is to make National Reconciliation Week a truly statewide opportunity. And that was really one of the most fantastic questions we've been challenged on, because it made us think outside of the square. And we really transformed the program to make sure it can get to the far reaches of the state. Last year, it went 800 metres underground in the goldfields to some mining crib rooms, out on oil and gas platforms on the North Shelf, and everywhere in between, town halls in Port Hedland, school classrooms in Esperance. It was absolutely fantastic to see the statewide reach. And for our breakfast alone, we went from 1,500 people in person the year before to about 60,000 people online. And we have big ambitions this year, which we're planning to share with you. I'll just jump to the next slide, please. So just wanted to talk to you through, of course, the theme for this year, which is a powerful theme. And if there is a year to pay attention to reconciliation, this is the year. We, of course, know that we have the referendum coming up in the latter part of the year. So National Reconciliation Week will be a really important vehicle to stimulate that conversation and make sure people have good information, because we know that when Australians have good information, they make good decisions. And the referendum is an incredibly powerful, important moment in time, and it's a nation-building moment. It's actually not political. The statement has been a gift from the Aboriginal people to the Australian people. A referendum tool is being used to do that, but we need to think very deeply about the request from our Aboriginal friends and colleagues. And that's what this theme is all about. And it's a very powerful graphic, as you can see. It's around a message of strength, unity, and hope. And the speech bubble graphic device incorporated First Nations artwork by graphic artists and designer Bidjara Waka Waka woman Danielle Leedy Gray, and links the link from the speech bubble down to the word generations is really empowering those voices of generations. So we're really excited to introduce some exciting concepts around that this year. And of course, the big goal is to, of course, make Aboriginal children in the future succeed by choice, not by chance. And we're all working very hard towards that. So for us, the Voice for the Generations means that we need to act today and tackle the unfinished business of reconciliation. And it's all around building a better nation together. This is not an Aboriginal issue. This is an Australian issue. We want the tide to rise for all. And that is what the message this year is about. And it means using your power, your words, and your vote to create a better Australia for all of us. Those are the messages from Reconciliation Australia, who we work very closely with on that. And for Reconciliation WA, we intend to build on the success of 2022 and the lessons learned. And the big call out is we want 1 million Western Australians on that breakfast this year. We want this to go far and wide across the state, and this can only be achieved in partnership with you on the call today. We want to create an engaging program for the entire state and ensure digital accessibility for you. So you'll see through the program that we've created multiple opportunities for that. We want to amplify First Nations voices and regional voices. We know our state is far and vast and wide, and we want to make sure we bring some powerful voices to the fore. And of course, we want to enable West Australians to learn more about the Uluru Statement from the Heart and the Voice to Parliament, because it's an opportunity to have those really good conversations together. I'm now going to pass on to my colleague, Emily. Emily's our amazing marketing communications lead here at Rec WA and produces all the collateral and assets you see. And she's done a great job to help get you organised for National Reconciliation Week. Thanks, Em. Handing over to you.
Thanks, Jodie. And thank you all for taking the time to hear about our NRW program for 2023. We are very excited to be getting the ball rolling. So this is our last community briefing for the general public today, but we are recording this session and it will be up on our YouTube and our website for any friends or colleagues who couldn't make today's session. But we also have a few more sessions set up which are taking place next week, one for education, state government and the local government sectors. Registrations for these are also available on our website, so feel free to share these with anyone that you think might be interested, and we'll be sharing the link with you later on for this recording. Thanks, Ness. So we're excited to continue making our NRW program bigger and better, and that means helping as many of you participate as you can, whether you're coming to the movement as an individual, in your organisation or in your community group. So to do that, we're developing the NRW 2023 digital kit. This will be a one-stop shop for you to plan how to get involved this year. It's going to include the NRW 2023 guide to engaging 2023 guide to engaging this year, as well as a stack of resources. So we'll have printable templates, social media templates, resources for Voice to Parliament and Uluru Statement from the Heart, as well as a media and branding kit. So digital kit is also going to have some really great guiding resources to help you set up your own event, particularly for those of you who are in the regions and can't meet us down in Boorloo, Perth. We're just finalising a few of those last few resources, so it should be up within the next couple of weeks on our website, and just sign up to our newsletter or keep an eye on our socials when the digital kit goes live. Thanks, Ness. We're really excited to be bringing back the activation boxes this year. The NRW activation boxes complement the digital kit with some additional resources. It includes some fun merchandise and breakfast goodies from Aboriginal-owned companies and suppliers. These ones are going to be going out to local government councils, WA government agencies, land councils across WA, our metropolitan and regional museums, our NRW partners, and of course our Reconciliation WA organisation members. Next slide, thanks, Ness. So everything inside these boxes have been sourced from an Aboriginal-owned business, and they're going to be distributed 4 weeks in advance to NRW, and will also contain a hard copy version of the how-to guide with resources and information to help organisations create their own activities for NRW. So if you want to receive your activation box and you're not yet a Reconciliation WA organisation member, the deadline to sign up this year to receive a box is the 14th of April. And we'll be sharing the details for our membership team later on in the presentation, so you can get in touch if that sounds exciting and interesting to you. So another really great aspect of our National Reconciliation Week program this year is the Reconciliation Week Street Banner program. This program encourages organisations to sponsor street banners all across WA which fly during National Reconciliation Week. It's our first year undertaking that program, and we've been absolutely blown away by the interest in it. And another really exciting part of that program is that we're going to be having some beautiful merchandise created this year using the 2023 artwork called Jatuti by Aboriginal artist Beverly Rogers. So the merchandise available will include an art print of the artwork, which will be available either framed or unframed, a really gorgeous tea towel on organic cotton, as well as a 6-pack of greeting cards. So there's a nice variety of price points for accessibility with those with that available merchandise. And most importantly, parts of the proceeds for each of those sales goes towards the artists. So we're really pleased to be supporting that program this year. And we'll actually be launching merchandise later this week on Thursday, the 23rd. So keep an eye out again on our socials for that. So yeah, start planning now for how you want to get involved, and you'll have all of those additional resources very soon. And very happy to hand over to Vanessa now, who's going to take you through the program and get you all excited about the events we have on offer this year.
Great, thanks so much, Em. Kai, everyone, Wanju, and welcome to our briefing this morning. Very excited about our NRW program. Welcome to those who this might be the first time engaging with us, and welcome back to those who enjoyed last year. You'll see there on our program that we have some new things, events that we're offering you, and also some very popular events from last year. So once again, we invite the West Australian community to work towards our goal of having 1 million people with us online. And this will only be successful if you get behind us. So we're asking you to start making your plans with your organisations, schools, families, communities. And as Jodie mentioned, what a year to join us and make a commitment to reconciliation. This is a real opportunity this year for people to learn deeply about the voice. We'll endeavour to bring information people need to make an informed decision at referendum time, really encouraging people beforehand as well to read the Uluru Statement from the heart, and maybe that's something you can take away from this presentation today. Last year, we had the amazing Stan Grant as our guest speaker. We look forward to announcing our keynote speakers leading into National Reconciliation Week. As you can see there, we're actually going ahead on Thursday, the 25th of May. So that's a key date to put into your diary. Between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. So we're filming and broadcasting live online around West Australia from WA Museum Boulevard up. And we're choosing to go on the 25th instead of the 27th, as that's a Saturday. And we know so many of our members, organisations, school, etc. So we want to capture people on that day. And also to give a preview, that Friday, the 26th of May is Sorry Day, so we will be previewing that. As I mentioned, the guest speakers will soon be announced with Australian influencers and highlights on the voice from speakers who are deeply in that knowledge. Program elements will shine a positive light on generational stories. We'll have a special feature on the Kimberley floods recovery, and as I mentioned, informing viewers on the voice to Parliament, and featuring young local performers and cultural activists, just really keeping in the theme of Be a Voice for Generations. We also have our statewide reconciliation sentiment ION check-in, so there will be interactive facilities on the breakfast, so we really encourage you to get involved with that. And as I said, a preview of Sorry Day. The full program for the breakfast will be released closer to National Reconciliation Week, and that way you'll be able to, tailor your morning breakfast to the time of the program that suits you best, or there is delayed screening. So really encourage you to top and tail your event to make it more personal to your community, your organisation, school, family. I encourage you to invite local custodians and stakeholders to join you, and that those suggestions and information will be in the digital and hard copy of the how-to guide. Just a few thought starters there, in your conference room, your local park, school hall, council chambers, host a breakfast barbecue and screening, do a speech by a local elder. Really encouraging you as well, like around your kitchen table with your family, have open and engaging conversations with the next generation of reconciliation allies. And this theme this year, Be a Voice for Generations, really highlights that. In early childhood education and schools for a younger audience, we'll have about 9 a.m. programming that will suit that demographic. And as I said, the broadcast will be recorded, and so you can, and hosted on our YouTube page, so then you can broadcast and host a delayed screening anytime through National Reconciliation Week. So there's absolutely no barriers to entry with our National Reconciliation Week virtual breakfast. It's really about having some good Wi-Fi. And so from far and wide across Australia, the reconciliation community activated in 2022. As Jody said, this was a big switch up for us last year. We're excited to aim towards our goal of 1 million viewers. We encourage you to get online and get creative. And as you can see from those photos there, and once again this year on the National Reconciliation Week virtual breakfast, there'll be an opportunity for you to take photos. So just really encourage you to get planning, to engage with us with your hashtags, engage with us on posting photos of your breakfast events and so on. So one of the new events that we have, this is really highlighting the theme Be a Voice for Generations, is our Uluru Youth Yarns. This is on Saturday, the 27th of May here at the Constitutional Centre from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And this is a free afternoon of yarning led by young Aboriginal and allied voices. And there'll be some lovely music and a sundowner into the early evening. We're really wanting to support the new generation of voters with this special focus on the voice and referendum. And for many people watching now or in your family, your networks, this will be the first time they're voting. So we're really keen on providing all the information so people can make their own informed decisions. We'll have yarning circles, which will give a safe space for the next generation of leaders to talk about reconciliation, the voice, and the referendum. Once again, we have the reconciliation memoirs, and we're extremely honoured and privileged to have Uncle Richard Wally as the guest memoir for this year. They're written in collaboration with Victoria Laurie. We'll be broadcasting our event live from the Hackett Hall WA Museum Boulevard. Now, this is a ticketed event, which will include soup and damper for those, and a copy of the memoirs for those who join us in person, but also be accessible online. As Jody mentioned, inclusivity and accessibility across the state is very important to us. So this is a ticketed event and accessible free online. Reconciliation Yarns, very, very popular program, enables people in a supportive environment to just go deep into those deeper connected conversations, and people really want to have these conversations. They really want to discuss their thoughts and feelings around reconciliation. So we're hosting them daily from the 21st to the 1st of June, and they're facilitated by an Aboriginal leader and a reconciliation ally. The theme is will be focused on Be a Voice for Generations. Again, focusing on inclusivity and accessibilities. The yarns will alternate between in-person and online. These are ticketed events, and the in-person ones will be at Karakumba and Kings Park. Walk for Reconciliation. I really encourage you folks to put this one in your diary straight away and get online and register. Registrations are open for members through the month of March. So March is member month for us. So Friday, the 2nd of June, up in the beautiful surrounds and budget of Karakumba, Kings Park, we'll have waves of 400 people from 10 a.m. to 3:20 p.m. With 15 waves over the duration of the day, really building on the successes and learnings from last year. The walk is programmed to connect the reconciliation community to Budja and really celebrate the living Noongar culture. Some beautiful photos there from last year. So this year, the walk will take an alternate route, commencing at the Yorkers Ninning building with a smoking ceremony, welcome to country, and that's up near the Pioneer Women's Memorial, and finishing at the Boab Tree with marquees for membership and donations, and we're having a Q&A session up there on the Voice to Parliament. The event is being designed in collaboration with the Karakumba Aboriginal Education Officers and the Parks and Garden team. New engaging activations will soon be announced. And this is really a hugely popular event, which rated nearly 10 out of 10 in our evaluation feedback. Very popular, so don't be disappointed by missing out. Please get online and register. Members, for all members, it's member month and you can register now. Also, Saturday, 27th of May is our digital acknowledgement to country. Again, this is where you can show your support for reconciliation and jump online. We're encouraging everyone in the state to join the launch of National Reconciliation Week with the digital acknowledgement of country. While we encourage you to post your own unique video, we also curate social media tiles accessible in the digital kit, which will be available online that you can share. Again, this is something that you're able to do and really spread that message and show your support for reconciliation. This is a shout out to our program partners. Along with our partners, we'll be building this program designed to appeal to a cross-broad section of the community in a very crucial year for reconciliation. So a big thank you to WA Museum Bulabarda, Kings Park Botanic Gardens and Parks Authority, Uluru Youth Network and the Youth Affairs Council of WA. Once again, WA Museum Bulabarda has some really stunning activities with their suite of iconic programming during National Reconciliation Week. These include the Numbi dancing and smoking ceremony on Saturday, the 27th of May and the 3rd of June. Absolutely beautiful free opportunity. WA Museum in Conversation, taking action through the voice at Uluru Statement from the Heart is on Wednesday, the 24th of May. And bookings for that will be online through the WA Museum website. The Aboriginal cultural tours are happening 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday the 28th, Tuesday the 30th of May and Friday the 2nd of June. These were hugely popular last year, so I encourage you to go check those out. And I'll have some other education programs. But look, you know, Bulabarda just has some beautiful exhibitions that you can access at any time, so I encourage you to make those plans during National Reconciliation Week to go up there and check them out. And also WA Museum regional site opportunities will be announced soon. Just also wanted to add that up at Karakumba and Kings Park, there's Aboriginal cultural experiences. So tours and other cultural experiences are run by local Noongar people who have strong family connection to this country and a deep understanding of their culture and knowledge. So if you go to the Kings Park website, you can check out those providers. The Walk for Reconciliation provides an opportunity to really connect with Budja, and you or your organisation may want to explore these cultural experiences at other times. So those contact details are there for groups, and these groups are authorised to provide immersive tours in Karakumba. So I'll just hand over now to our member manager, Dee Poole, to talk you through our membership options. Really encourage you to become a member by the 14th of April, and that will enable you to get one of our fabulous activation boxes. So I'll just hand it over to Dee.
Good morning, everyone. And Vanessa, I'll just ask you to move it on.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Doink.
So I noticed there's lots of great members already online, so I'm sorry to bore you with this, but maybe it will remind you also of some of the benefits that you can receive being a member. So you know to reach out to me and just ask. So these are our range of membership options. So we've got individuals and family memberships, and then we have our 2 organisational memberships, Biddy and Bilia. The activation boxes will only be for the organisational members. So sorry about that, gender and more members. Reach out to your employer and hopefully get them to sign up. So please sign up by the 14th of April to receive the activation box. And as part of that, you'll also be able to log in March to get free or to get early access to all the tickets for the events. So get online quickly to do all that. And again, just reach out to me. I'm quick to share any of that sort of stuff. Do you want to just move on? Next slide, Vanessa. So it says March is Members Month, so you can register now for the event. So as we know, the walk last year was hugely popular and justifiably so. So get in now and book the ones that you want. I've been saying to maybe book a few extra just because you don't know your numbers, and then closer to the date you can fine tune and give back the ones you don't need. So definitely take advantage of that now. Next slide.
Thank you so much for that, Dee. Do you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, so just reach out to me or jump on our website if you want to sign up. But I'm always happy to have the conversation first to talk about the values of membership. It's more than just NRW. There's lots of good stuff that Reconciliation WA can help you and your organisation out with on your reconciliation journey. So thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us, Dee. And I'm really pleased to hand it over now to Steve Martin, People and Operations Manager, to talk about volunteering.
Thanks, Vanessa, and good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all here today. Some of you for those of you who participated last year as volunteers, you hopefully got an email from me a little while ago just letting you know that the time was fast approaching where we start looking for volunteers for all of our events this year. And so that time is once again almost upon us. We're just finalising our numbers. So I will be in touch with you if you were participating last year as an organisation or an individual. If you haven't participated before and would like to be, we'd love to hear from you. My email address is on the screen there. So please send me an email, and I will certainly loop you in to the requests for volunteers. Obviously, our biggest need will be for the Walk for Reconciliation. It is a massive event. It's such a great day. It was a beautiful day last year. The volunteers loved it and raved about it. It will be a full-day event this year, so if you're able to provide full-day services, whether they be split days between people or a whole day, we'd love to have you on board. So keep an eye out for that email. If you know of anyone individually, or if you'd like to register individually to become a volunteer for Reconciliation WA, we're always looking out for individuals to help us out with our events, or as a skilled volunteer, maybe in the office. We always look for people who have got maybe communications backgrounds or event planning, event management, volunteer management, those kinds of skills. So please drop onto the website, click on ACT, and you can register to become a volunteer on there. And while we're talking about volunteers, yesterday we ran an ad for a volunteer manager. It's gotten such a big program that we would like someone to join us in the organisation, starting out at a couple of days a week and then ramping up towards National Reconciliation Week, and of course across the week for maybe 3 or 4 days through the week to help us manage, recruit and inform our volunteers. So again, if you know anyone or would like to put your hand up, please send me an email that you can see again on the screen. And again, thank you all for your support. We couldn't do the work without you. Back to you, Ness.
Thank you so much for joining us, Steve. just putting our link tree up here for quick access to our social pages, newsletter, subscription, upcoming program. Really encourage you, perhaps, you know, your organisation might have the email going to somebody not always seeing our emails. So really encourage you to subscribe to our newsletter subscription. You can also become an individual member. Otherwise, absolutely subscribe to our newsletter, and that way you're getting all of our information coming in for you as well. Now I'm just going to open it up for questions. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to raise your hand, or you can put it in the chat box. And myself, Jody and Em are really happy to answer any questions that you might have. Can you see any questions there in the chat box, Em? Oh, you're on mute, Em.
Says, no, not yet. Nothing's come through.
Great. Okay. Look, folks, please feel free.
We've got some, sorry, Ness, we've got some people starting to say that they're emailing Steve about volunteering. So that's fantastic, and people can do that online. So no problems. You can follow up on all of this stuff afterwards. I might just say too that we have recorded this presentation today, and we're going to put it on our website and on YouTube. So if you need to watch the presentation again and extract more information, we know we've piled you with a lot of information today. Please feel free to do that. We'll have that online within a couple of days for you to access. So really exciting year. And please, a big sort of final shout out from me. If this isn't the year for everyone to stand up and support reconciliation, I don't know what year it will be. And I think if Western Australia has a population of 2.5 million, asking 1 million people to come for breakfast, it's only a third of the state. So we should easily be able to do that amongst ourselves. So you're really crucial to that. And can I please just ask you to please come and bring your big hearts to this year's program, because as one of our very experienced board members said in our last meeting, this year we need to ask people to think with their hearts. I think that's a great roundout for this morning's presentation. Thanks, Ness.
Thank you so much, Jody. We look forward to seeing you all online, in person for National Reconciliation Week. It's a big year for us, and a lot of advocacy around the voice. Today, look up uluristatement.org or a statement from the heart, from the heart, and ask your networks to read the statement. It's a great place to start. So thank you, everyone. Look forward to seeing you very soon.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. See ya.
Thank you, everybody.